I was humiliated in front of everyone during a meeting and fired because they thought I was weak, but I had a piece of legal evidence that could change the entire fate of the company, and no one had ever imagined it. I still remember that meeting when I was humiliated in front of the entire company, my abilities were questioned, and I was fired because they believed I was a weak woman who would quietly walk away. But they had no idea that I had legal evidence that could not only restore my reputation but also change the entire future of the company. The strange thing is, when I look back at that moment now, I don't feel anger. I don't feel the need for revenge. I only feel a quiet understanding that sometimes life takes you through difficult paths just so you can discover your own strength. That day happened years ago, but some memories never disappear. The conference room, the long table, the people who avoided looking at me, and the exact moment I realized that some people mistake silence for weakness. I had spent 15 years with that company. When I first joined, the office was a small place with only a few employees, and we were all working toward the same dream. I spent a large part of my life there, staying late under office lights after everyone else had gone home, solving problems, making decisions, and arriving early with my coffee so everything was ready before the day began. I was never just another employee. I was one of the people the company depended on when important decisions had to be made. But maybe that is the reality of success. When everything is working, people often forget who helped keep it that way. My life was not only about the office. I was a mother, a wife, and an ordinary American woman who looked forward to Sunday Costco trips with my family, who smiled through Thanksgiving dinners even when I was exhausted inside, who attended PTA meetings trying to be the perfect mom, and who sometimes wondered about 401k accounts and retirement plans, questioning whether we were so focused on preparing for the future that we forgot to live in the present. So I always gave my best. My CEO Mark used to appreciate me. He knew I had helped the company survive some of its most difficult moments. But time changes people. New employees arrived, new positions were created, and slowly my experience stopped being seen as an advantage and started being treated like a problem. The meeting that changed everything started like any other. We discussed quarterly numbers, future plans, and new strategies. Then Mark closed his folder and looked directly at me. "We need to make some changes." I stayed silent. Then he started questioning my work. He said I was too attached to old methods, that my approach no longer matched the company's future, and that perhaps someone else could take my place. I listened to every word. Then he said it in front of everyone. "We believe the company should move forward without you." The room went completely quiet. Some people looked down. Others seemed relieved, as if my departure had cleared the way for them. They thought I was weak. They believed I would react emotionally, argue, or leave in anger. But I simply collected my belongings and walked away. Because at that moment I had something nobody knew about. Legal evidence. Years earlier, when the company was going through a major expansion, I had helped prepare important contracts and internal agreements. One specific clause existed in those documents, a clause someone later tried to change, but the original signed copies were safely stored with me. I knew that if the company ever ignored my rights or the rights of others, those documents would reveal the truth. I never used them as a weapon. I kept them as protection. A few weeks later, the company faced a serious legal problem. A dispute with a former employee reached a critical stage. Investors became concerned, and the board finally realized that some decisions had been made too quickly. Then my phone rang. It was Mark. The same man who had removed me in front of everyone just weeks earlier. "We need to talk," he said. I calmly replied, "Of course." I returned to the office, but this time everything felt different. I wasn't there to ask for respect. I was there to present the truth. I placed the documents on the table. The room became silent. Those papers proved that the company's recent decisions were built on incorrect assumptions. Mark looked at me, and for the first time I think he understood that the person he considered weak was actually the person who had been the most prepared. I didn't embarrass anyone. I didn't blame anyone. My goal was never to bring someone down. My goal was simply to put the truth back where it belonged. A few months later I left the company. This time without bitterness. I started a new chapter of my life built around my own values. Today when I look back, I don't feel happiness because those people struggled. I feel peace because I never lost myself. I learned that true strength is not about making noise. True strength appears when a person protects their dignity even during the hardest moments. My revenge was my silence, my preparation, and my belief that my worth could never be decided by someone else. Today my life is peaceful and I no longer need to prove anything to anyone. Because the greatest success is not when the world finally recognizes your strength. The greatest success is when you never forget your own strength. If this story inspired you to believe in your own strength and never underestimate yourself, please like this video and subscribe for more powerful stories of courage, resilience, and unexpected victories. Thank you so much for watching and spending your valuable time with us. Your support truly helps us bring more inspiring stories to you.